quit. bus to the first black crash. From the kids on the corner to the college grad. From the march in the rain to the charts we smash. Same blood, same drum, same diamond in the ass. Say black and mean royalty. Say black and mean history. Say black and the world move free. Say that's me, that's me, that's me. We've been the way, we've been the way, we've been the flame, from the chain to the throne.
Like Sunday church in this bitch, y'all. Figured since it was a Sunday episode, we might as well do it. Make it, yeah. Alright guys, let me get this down. Get this real music popping. Alright, let me get you off the scene. Pop you out of here. Get you up. People, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Morning Show. Let me make sure I hit the record. But, see, you gotta hit it twice now for some reason. And she's a going. Welcome back to the brand new episode of the Scott Free Morning Show. I am your host himself, L. Scott. Damn, can't even talk. L. Scott. You see the name on the screen, people. On today's episode, matter of fact, let me not waste time. I haven't brought in TikTok. So let me bring in TikTok. And then that way we get it popping. Hold on one second, because I need to keep you going. And so how do I do that? Hold on, let me see. Let me go open me. I'm trying to see how. Boom, bang, bing, right there. Okay. Boom. Hey. Okay. Boom. Hey. We'll use that one today. We'll use that one today. Okay. Yeah, we'll use that one today. Okay. Yeah, we'll use that one today. We'll make sure everything's lined up over here. We'll make sure everything's lined up over here. Sorry about that guy. I'm gonna tell you guys I'm running out of space. I'm trying to get TikTok in here so we can go get the show started. Mic's up. All right. Mic's on. Background music's on. Background right now. So you need to be right now. Muted. And then let me bring them in. And I don't need to listen to you no more over here because I'll be good. So put that down. There we go from there. Hold on. Test it. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. I think that's coming through now. Test it. Yeah, I don't need that on. Turn that off. All right, until I'm ready to run that boom here, and then we come back. All right, just wanted to make sure everything was working right. Guys, and I think I got that there. All right, let's get it popping. Let's get it going, my head itch. Guys, I ain't in the mood today, but I have to film it because I won't be able to film tomorrow. So let me get you on the screen. Oops. Let's see if they accept this live. All right, I think we are live. Yes, and hopefully everything is coming loud and clear. So, guys, on today's episode of the Scott Free Morning Show, it is a special Sunday edition. Reason being it's a special Sunday edition is because tomorrow I will not be able to film at all. They're upgrading the internet here at the studio. Thank God, because I've been having bandwidth issues. So tomorrow we'll be down completely. So I just figured, man, might as well just go ahead and get one out today. So that's what we're doing. Hopefully everything's coming loud and clear. I'll find out down the road if it isn't. Right? Hold on. Matter of fact, I can tell you right now. That's that. And that's the background. All right. So we are good to go, people. So people, one more thing. So people, like I said, you see the title of the live. What a week, man. It seems like it gets more and more bleak every week, don't it? For the group, for the culture. And so today's episode, like I said, I'm just gonna dive real quick. I'm not even gonna hold y'all too long. Oops, I got Roland up here. Let me. I'm not talking about Roland today, y'all. For the people on YouTube, let me pull him down. All right, bro, I'm throwing you under the bus again. I wasn't talking about you rolling today. You wasn't getting talked about today. So, guys, on today's episode, I can't even show you on YouTube because I don't even. Oh, well, yes, I could. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Let me show you guys on YouTube. Hold on. I have to switch screens. Hold on. All right. There you go. There you go. So hopefully you guys will be able to see it from there. Hopefully I'm not running too hot. Nope. All right, guys. Like I said, on today's episode, we ain't gonna hold you too long. You TikTok for the people on there, of course, they won't allow me to show anything on the screen. When I tell you, guys, I went so far at one time when I first set this thing up. Like I said, if you're just coming into live, share the live, hit the like button. The reason why I said that I was going to go live today. As a matter of fact, hold on a second. I forgot to post there. Let me go and post my live over to, what's the name real quick? Hold on a second, guys. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm doing multiple things at once. And so I can't pull the live down now. If I do that, TikTok will go away completely. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I promise we're going to get the live started. I promise you. Just trying to get the last few things in order. All right, guys. Just the last few things in order. Just bear with me. 2 seconds. Share the live. Like I said, hit the like button. Hopefully it'll let me go and get up. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me get the background back up here. All right, share the live. Put it up here. Let me put it one more spot, and then we're going to get it popping. I promise you. We're going to get it going. And there ain't going to be no more stalling. No more waiting. We're going to get the show started. I don't want to keep waiting either. I got wrestling to watch. Guys, it's WrestleMania today. The second day, me and my daughter, we like to get at it. She loves it. So what we're doing today is I'm going to finish up with you guys, and then I'm going to get the day prepped so I can go ahead and do that with her. So let me get this up here real quick. Give me a second. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Going live, join me now. All right, people. So you got me now. So this is where we're at. So what we're doing today, again, like every other day, we're going to look at some of these video footages to start the show that people sent me. Basically, they wanted to get my thoughts and opinion. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Some of these things in here, look, it's going to end up being Conspiracy Sunday, it feels like, because some of the stuff we're getting into. So, TikTok, you're not going to be able to see what I'm putting on the screen. Hell, honestly, YouTube can't see it. Everybody listen to that. Because I don't feel like putting it on the screen, but put it in there on the playback. So if you miss it live, you'll be able to see it on the playback. So let me go ahead and get this pulled up so you guys can hear this. All right. So the first thing I'm going to pull up is, let me get it up here. Oh yeah, they can't see it. I'm sorry, they will be able to see it. I'd be lying. Hold on one second. Boom. Hold on, right there. Boom. All right, first things up. I think I'm gonna go with first things first. I want to show that I ain't got to play this anyway, but I need to see it. First thing I want to put up here is that Mayor Mandani or whatever his name out of New York. Did y'all know that this cat used to be a rapper in whatever country he was in? And the only reason why I bring it up for one reason only. Well, actually, a couple reasons. One reason is, isn't it amazing how these people, they can have 32 lives? Like, whatever you do as a black man in your 20s, that's what the hell you're going to be stuck when you're 30, 40, 50. Everybody going to see you is that. If you was a scammer in your 20s, they're going to look at you in your 50s and say, yeah, don't trust him, this nigga's a scammer. But these people get to be, and I'm going to tell you, like, 9 lives, they get to have, I was in the military, and I drove a bus, and then I lived abroad in Peace Corps, and then I had some children, and then I had divorced, and had 12. I'm like, man, how you have so many lives, and you be like, these people. So like this guy here, he's in this video, and I played this video for 2 reasons. The people, like I said, on YouTube, you can see it on here, you can't see it on TikTok. The reason why I'm playing it is because, one, not even just the fact of what I just said, but 2, how do you always can culture appropriate the culture, get involved, make some money, do all that good jazz, But then when it's time to come do something politically for the people, you roll with your own people and you don't know none of them folks you was making money with no more. And so that don't make sense to me. I'm gonna tell you how I know it. We're just different people. If you really stop and think about it, you ever notice with our people, what we do is whatever we allow in, well, I put like when we start getting involved in some of the other people's culture, we take on their culture. We take on their ways of thinking, their mindsets, the whole nine. Is that not true or not true? Is that true or not true? You see a black woman get with a white guy and they live all in white culture, she turned to a bedouin. Same thing for the dude, he turned to a bedbug. It happens every time. And my thing is, it's just like this, but with them, they be all up in your culture, tell you they love you, get fed by the black folks, all kinds of stuff. And then at the end of the day, still the same thing. When it's time to do some policies, I don't know you folks no more. And it always be like that. And I get it, but I wish my own people got that. Because that's what I be trying to say. I don't want to sound like I'm hateful about other people. I just want people to know that, no, I rock with my team. My team first, my team only, and last too. You know what I'm saying. But and then the other reason why I put this on the video, on the screen too, is one other reason. Let me drink something. And the last reason why I put it on the screen is because people, do you know none of this stuff is by accident? Again, if you're just coming in on the live on TikTok, hit the like button, share it, let the people know that you're in here. But what I want to tell you about the picture I'm watching with Mayor McDonald, who used to be a rapper, and now he don't do nothing for the culture. He up there in New York, but now just looking out for the immigrants. What I don't like in this video too, Lupita in here, Lupita Nyong'o. Now you saying, what's the relevancy of telling us about Lupita being in this video? My relevancy is this: every time I see a random person who shouldn't know someone else, but then they pop up in videos and things like this, like these two people who both clicked in. I say this all the time. Why is it that in black culture, every time, or melanated culture, we're going to put Mandani in there for people of color, why is it that they all know each other in some form or fashion? I don't care what industry, and if they're in sports and they're in entertainment, if they're in oil, whatever, they all know each other. It's like that. That's not a coincidence that everybody know each other that's doing something. But with them folks, they don't all know each other. It could be a guy who's in the oil business, another guy in the entertainment business. They don't know each other, don't deal with each other, don't know nothing about each other. And remember, globally, it's less of them than it is us. That should tell you that I don't think many people are out here doing things on their own accord. I think most people are bought and paid for, and what you see is a show. This is entertainment. Same way this little video I'm watching on the screen. Like again, TikTok, you can't say YouTube can. These people on the screen. Peter Nolan, this guy here is random. Same way I'm listening to a Dave Chappelle stand up, and he talks about how a young Barack Obama and a young Kamala Harris was in the same room hanging out together. Hey, these two people right here are gonna be someone later in life. How do you know that? You didn't. He's in Chicago. She's in California. How do these two know each other so early on when they just get into politics around that time? No, everybody in that business that is important, that has a name, is a part of something bigger. You're just not privy to it. Their entry path is their entry path into that business, into that wealth, and into that status, into that separation between them and your black is you're worried that you ain't gonna say nothing. Because if you say something, it's a wrap, it's over for you. And I'm tired of falling for the okie doke. I'm tired of, if I see a random picture of a Lil Nas X, he's in the same picture with what's that little black boy that's on Twitch that? God, what's the little boy name? Casanat and Lil Nas X happen to just randomly know each other from early age. Just randomly, huh? 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 million black people here in America, and somehow, some way, all the entertainers, ironically, went to the same high school, know each other. Now, I know I come off like a conspiracy theorist. I know I come off like a person don't know when he just out here talking. All I want to know is why is it in that business, all these coincidences happen, but in my life, no good coincidences happen for me. And for you. That's all I'm saying. You're coming in, hit the like button, man. Let me know. Share this live. Let people know you're in here, man. We're doing Sunday, a special Sunday episode because I won't be able to shoot tomorrow. And we just doing now is gonna turn into Conspiracy Sunday because we talking about how things are connected. Moving on. Let me move on from there, guys. Moving on. YouTube. If you can see what I'm showing on the screen, TikTok. If you go to YouTube, put in 3 and the number 1, and it'll pull up the line. You get to see. I got this video right here. I'm really looking at it. It's about them little hat people. How what we believe happened to them is a conspiracy. And I got details and stuff. I've watched docs. I've seen things. I've done deep dives. I've just stayed away from the subject because they already hurt my channel already. Yeah. They don't show it. I walk on eggshells. Nope, you breathe too hard. Nope, you're on restrictions. So let me get warmed up and let me see if I want to talk about that. Let me see about that. Hold on. What's this right here? The next one is rough too, because this one. All right, let me come back. Let me come back there. I ain't gonna go that far. Let's go here. Let me make sure everything in the background noise is on. Hold up. All right, let me put this on the screen. This is about space. So let's go there. Let's do that. We can start up slow. Hold on. Give me a second.
Was interesting if you had a black person who met your criteria.
Hold up.
Will Smith
Was in.
Have you seen the astronauts?
I seen it. They ain't got no side of it recording it. They ain't got no drone they flying, showing us the outside footage of the motherfucker at the top. They ain't got no camera in the satellite showing them motherfuckers just shot out. They ain't got nothing but some niggas and some capsules looking at the camera. Yeah, I don't believe it.
You believe space?
Sorry about that, guy. Hold on a second. They won't let me even play it right now. Hold on 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Good Lord. Can't even put it on the screen. Well, this was basically, I'm listening to, there you go. That was the problem. Give me 2 seconds. Let me start this over. We're going to start this again. All right. Hold on a second.
Will Smith is
Was interesting if you had a black person who met your criteria standard-wise and character-wise and spiritually, that you would discourage your daughter from marrying this individual.
If we're not in a vacuum, if we're not in isolation, then ordinarily for every black man who would fit my criteria, currently right now, let's just be honest, for every black...
I'm going to put this up in a minute. I have to go to break and figure it out because it's messing me off. But anyway, messing up the flow of the show. I'm messing up the flow. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. We'll come back to it. So we'll definitely come back to it. There you go. Now it's playing out loud, you son of a bitch. You're killing me. But we'll get it in a minute. And once everything catches up, I'll catch it up in a second. But no, what it is on the screen, I was basically showing up here talking about the let me get back over to it. Basically, the whole space thing is not real. And it's not real because they're literally... Look, when these people are able to watch every aspect of us. I saw a lady one day showing her iPhone how it was taking pictures of her just over and over all day long. Just taking facial recognition all day long. I've seen in my car when I back up, the satellite lets me know what's behind my car. From behind me, from space, as they say. But when we say, hey, can you just go out in space and take a picture of Earth? You say, nope, can't do that. You be like, hey, they be like this. How about this? How about we gonna go out and we gonna go to the moon and take no video, showing up, being around, and going nothing near, none of that. We ain't gonna take no video, no nothing. Explain to me how is that possible? Explain to me how nobody ever in their place decided to sneak a camera on their thing like I said, they're literally on the space shuttle hub taking shooting videos, live streams with us, telling us how amazing it is. Well, how about you take the damn camera down and say, let me show you out the window what we see. Then show us. See, no, what it is this. I don't know what we live on. See, that's the difference between me and these people. I don't know what we live on. I just know these people ain't going up there saying and doing nothing. And then it makes me wonder though, but how is Elon Musk selling real estate in a space that they can't get to in real life? Because they can't get there. So that lets me know they're doing something somewhere that we don't know nothing about. I saw this show. I watched this show now called Paradise. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. Hit the like button when you come in, people. Please hit the like button. Share this for your brother. Let's get this live popping. Let's really get into it now. So I want to say this. Watch this show called Paradise, and what it is that they have like a zombie, not zombie apocalypse, but an end of world type thing that happened. Now, of course, them folks did it to themselves, but they built a community inside like a rock, inside this wall, and it's partly underground, partly inside this rock, like mountain, and they've been living in there for years. The outside world's supposed to explode and bombs. You get the whole joke. So I'm watching the show, and I'm thinking to myself, one day I'm just sitting in the middle of one of the episodes, and I was like, this seems too well written. It's too detailed. So of course, me and my little inquisitive mind I decided to go on a tour. I started looking, and wouldn't you know it, they have actually got people who are doing this and have currently done it and done it in the past. They had one in Arizona, to where they were literally, you had like, it was a group of people. They went in. They said, we're going to see if you can survive. We'll see you in 2 years. So whatever happens in there happens. And they went in and they came out in 2 years. Everybody survived that, if I'm not mistaken. So my thing is, for one, why are you planning that? Why are you studying how we got to live outside of the ecosystem 100% of this world that we live in? What are you planning for? Why is it that they had plans to block out the sun so they could cool it off? Now, we cooking with grease now, so let's go and get it talking. One of the things I'm gonna throw up on the screen again, TikTok. If you want to see it, go over to YouTube, cause we cooking now, okay? And I don't mean this when I'm ready to put up here to be disrespectful at all. I promise you. But I'm showing on the screen on let's mute it. I'm showing on the screen right now is what happens to them folks when they're in the sun too long. And what I'm trying to get people to understand is that you don't get ate up by your environment if it is your environment. Giraffes, they said necks are so long because they had to adapt to the environment that they were living in. So they grew longer necks to be able to catch the food. Do I believe that? No. I believe giraffes always had necks that time, but neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that in this world, when people live in a certain climate, their body's gonna adapt to it. Why is it that these people can't live anywhere near the sun? And then we're called the sun people. And the only reason why I say that, I'm not saying this to be hateful or rude or mean. I'm saying this to say this. At every turn, every time you look under a rock and something negative is happening to our culture or to this world, it is the same exact, oh God, I'm gonna get in trouble. It's the same exact people. Let's move on from this, because I'm ready to cook with grease. This is the same exact people who cannot stand the sun that long at all before it eats them alive. And I'm just saying to myself, it has to be foreign to his. But I neither here nor there. Let's move on, because I know me. If I get to cooking too long, they're gonna be, uh-oh. The internet goes down. Uh-oh, here they come at your door. so I'm showing you guys I'm going in blind. I would go to commercial break on TikTok. But TikTok, if I play any of my background music, which is owned by 300 Radio, which I own, and they still will block the live. I don't get it. Another thing I want to show. Let me see. I can put this up. I can play this if I ain't mistaken. Hold on. Let me do this. Play this. Hold on one second.
Is gay, okay? He's gay. He's always been gay. I lived in Hollywood for a decade. My boss was
So basically, what I'm saying is that I'm showing this video of Will Smith, This white lady talking about him, basically saying that he is part of the LGBT community. She's not speculating. She knows this to be so because she was with folks that was helping them get the people for him. I don't care nothing about it. I'm just wanting to say this about this video. I'm gonna have to go with it. Has to be true. Allegedly, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just saying. The only reason I'm saying that is for one reason. I need a valid, justifiable reason on why this man allows that woman that he calls his other half, or was his other half, allows her to get on TV and disrespect him so much. It's beyond me. It's like, it perplexes me. I stay up at night wondering how does this sleep knowing that this woman is so disrespectful. And then I said to myself, when I heard this, I said, it has to be true. Because only a secret this big, this large, this deep would be a reason for him to have to act this way. Because other than this, I promise you, I don't know how in the world he could deal with this woman. So this video wasn't even a heavy conversation about Will and LGBT. I don't care. That's that man, like, he do whatever he wants. You like it, I love it, ain't my business. Another video. Wanted to play this video. Like I said, this video is a young lady on the screen. She was on the Kendra G show, people. Now, I'm not here to bash Kendra G. Yeah, so hit the like button if you like what I'm saying. I promise you, I'm not here to disrespect Kendra G right now. I'm here to disrespect the lady that was on the show. But the lady on the show basically said that she had to block a doctor that she was getting to know because she asked him what his ambitions were. He basically said there's so many terms. Is my profession of being a physician not good enough? And she was like, nah, I need someone who's ambitious, who wants more. And I'm just saying, this shit's getting out of hand. And I just want to have this conversation. Let's dive into this. That conversation there is getting out of hand. The reason why I say the conversation, if you just joined the live, if a male or female is living well in their career, and you say they're not ambitious, and that's how you equate ambition and what's not ambitious, something's wrong here, people. I think we're living in a culture now where, like, some people are getting it. You notice you got some community, a part of our community is getting into tiny houses, getting into growing organic food, getting farmland. They're switching it up now. Y'all seeing this, right? I'm part of that community. I'm doing a little bit of that myself. And you're trying to get back to what's natural of this thing because everything's just getting so far. And the one thing I'm gonna definitively say, and hold on, I'm gonna pull around this what's name in a second because I don't want to mess things up. Flow. But one thing I can definitively say though, in the middle of all this is this. This system has us chasing something that's unrealistic and unattainable. Get it? They put out rappers in front of you who just look like I get it. The job of those MTV behind the scenes and these documentaries, when you get to see them riding in fancy cars and they have butlers and they got big old houses with big pools and stuff like that. Yes, I get it. You want that yourself. You want to be a part of that. You want to be involved in that. You need that. But I'm gonna tell you, being a person myself that experienced something on the minute level, believe me, I ain't no money in there like these people talk. I plead the fifth. I ain't got none of that. But I've tasted good living before, and I can tell you it's nice. Really nice. It's fun. It don't fulfill you. When I mean fulfillment, I'm talking about the thing. You ever been so low in your life, so depressed, so down, that you didn't know if you could... You ever been so, like, I always tell people like that, I say, I've been depressed, and I've been so depressed. The only reason why I would never even think about doing pruning myself, and it didn't look like it hurts, and I just can't do it, right? So just imagine how bad it is for a person who says, man, I'm broken completely. But I ain't doing that. So now I'm stuck in this agony that I'm sitting there. I know people know that feeling. I'm not the only one. And so when I know you're going through stuff like that and you're experiencing that, what is my point? Why was I saying that to you? I lost my train of thought trying to say it. Oh, I know why. I know why being that low is very, very bad and get down there. So I'm saying that to say this, and I don't want to get sidetracked off into that and depress you guys. But I said this to say all this. One thing about it, once you start learning yourself and you're learning more about yourself, one thing I think depression, a large portion of why people get depressed is this. When you're trying to fit a round circle into a square peg, and society keeps saying, yeah, that's right. And I'm telling you, some people don't made it happen. Now, it'd be the statistical anomaly, and you keep trying to bang it in there, and then you wonder why you're depressed. Even when you get a taste of it, a little bit of it, you're still depressed. The reason why is because you're not living your existence. Remember, I'm going to go this Sunday, people, so let's go to church. I'm not a church guy, but this is my level of church. Church for me is this. You get one crack at this thing. And I'm sorry, we are all individual beings. We are 100 degrees Fahrenheit on our own, self-sustaining, nothing around us. You are a machine. You are something built different. You don't supposed to fit into the same spot as the person next to you. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to be different than they are. You're supposed to live a different existence. So how the hell we all end up in the same spot? 20s, we leave the church, we running out there in the streets trying to get it, try to do all this stuff, get married 2-3 times. By the time you hit your 40s, you're bitter, you're mad, you're angry, and you end up back in church looking for answers. And you still don't find them because they ain't in there. The answer is in that you have to live an existence that belongs to you and only you. And I don't think enough people are doing that now. And I think that's what's leading into a larger depression. Now, don't get me wrong, there's other things that goes into play. We're sucking in air that ain't real, food that ain't real. We're putting in, they have Black Americans especially in a position in this country to where you are supposed to feel suffering in every aspect of life. You're supposed to fear when you drive. You're supposed to be in fear of not being able to pay your bills. You're supposed to be in fear of the food you put in your way. You are under attack in every single way possible, but it's silent. And unless you're aware of it, you don't know what's going on. So now imagine a person like me. And I'm not saying I got all the answers. I promise you I don't. Because I imagine if what I know and what I've learned over the years, oh my God, how deep does this rabbit hole go? I'll give you one even deeper before I get into that. I tried to post a short earlier today on TikTok today. You know what it was about? It was about inner monologues. Now, if you don't know what that is, they said that some people in this world do not have an inner monologue at all. Salute to you over on YouTube, man. I can't see the name on it, but salute to you from when you came in, Pimpin'. And some people don't have inner monologue. So if you don't have an inner monologue, meaning that nothing's going on in your head, I question, and you should question sometimes, are you an authentic individual? Now, everybody's going to say, yes, I have one. Some of these people ain't got it. Then it makes me, and then I understand. Just imagine this. Just imagine a world, and I could be wrong. This is speculation. I don't know. Again, I don't have any answers. These are questions. These are scenarios that I think about. What if we live in a world that 20% of the people out here are people with inner monologues, the other 80 are not? You've heard of Cabbage Patch babies. You've heard of incubator babies. You've heard of cloning and everything else. They're telling you they clone everything else. So why they're not cloning humans? Now, I know you hear the back rooms, the speculations, and the Instagram posts from the conspiracy pages and things like this. But I say like this, wherever there's some smoke, there's a goddamn fire. And all I know is this. Imagine if 80% of the people are easily programmable because they're not really human. They're GMO versions of us. So imagine 80% of them are told to go left and the right way to go is right. And you want to go right, but the world tells you to go left. Of course your ass is depressed. And I think we all out here just chasing something that ain't something we should be trying to chase. It's just my point, is what I'm saying. And to round it all out, for the reason I even brought this up, is a young lady on the screen basically saying a man becoming a doctor isn't ambitious enough for her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying to myself, that don't make no sense. And then two, I'm going to say this. Let's go and get into the relationship thing. Let's just say this. What's wrong with relationships now is that unrealistic expectations that we didn't even really agree upon. We just let the movie tell us that's what we're supposed to expect. What do I mean? Have you sat down with your spouse and never said to yourself, hey, you're obligated to never ever cheat on me ever in life? No, we just take that as a given. We do. Then people go out and do it all the time. I'm not justifying the behavior. What I am saying is this. We're all listening to someone else's version of what love's supposed to freaking look like. And I'm going to be honest with you. If the same people that controls all the programming are the same people who said, hey, I don't mind putting you on a plantation and then letting you fume yourself out here, and I'm going to treat you inhuman. So why in the world would I take this as what I think life should be? No. Your level of what you want out of this world should match what you want. And I'm just going to say like this. Retail therapy is That is a coping mechanism. If you end up at the mall all the time, you just coping. You are avoiding who you are. If you don't agree with that, I'm telling you, that is a problem. Don't avoid. I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with most relationships. Most relationships, what happening is that what happens is you're taking two individuals, especially long-term relationships, you're taking two individuals who are supposed to and are changing over time. The problem with these relationships today versus what they used to be is the way we interpret that evolving as humans. It used to be that man or woman is maturing into who they are, and you have to leave room and space for who that person is turning into, both of you. Because that's what you're supposed to do. I don't supposed to be the same person you met at 21, 25, 28, at 35, 50. You don't supposed to be the same person. But what we're doing in today's society is we're saying, oh, we just fell out of love. He is not my person anymore. You or him didn't leave room to let the person grow. See, it's not the actions of the person you're supposed to be thinking love is. It's the intent. The intent is what people don't care about no more. We care about the actions. We care about the flowers. And we care about the trips to Dubai. And we care about all those things. And I'm going to tell you later, I've been on some trips. I'm going to tell you, about a good 4 or 5 years, that's all I did. I was gone every month. But when you take them trips like that all the time, all that you do, you end up in places and places that either, I'm going to tell you, some of these exotic places you think are in the bed, all they is hot. Now, don't get me wrong, the scenery is gorgeous, beautiful, but mosquitoes are going to ass a lot in some of these places. And I'm just saying, it's not everything you think it is. The company you keep should be more important than the destination that you go. That's all that I'm saying. And I don't think in relationships now that matters. And I think what people have graduated into in relationships now is that if the person isn't perfectly exciting me, if I don't feel thrills and excitement all the time, then this is not my person. Baby girl, honey bun, and sir, man, mister, I'm telling both of you, it don't work that way. To be honest, I heard this one time, and I'm gonna tell you this is the truest shit I ever heard. Someone said one time, don't fall in love or don't think the person that you with that you can have fun with is what you should be looking for. You need to find the person that you could be miserable. And what do they mean? In relationships, if you've been in long-term relationships, which most of us have, there is always a period of misery in there. But now, at the end of that, that is the spot you need to realize, is that the moment? Can you stay through those moments? Can you weather those storms? And this is what I say to people all the time. I don't think anybody should stay in anything that they don't want to be in if it don't fit them no more, none of that. Mine is just this. People are not trying to see first if that's what it is before they move on. Most people are choosing the move on option first. It is like that. The same thing with the whole the clinic that people go down to with these little baby clinics. Same thing. I don't think anybody would hate on the we would hate on it, but I don't think everybody would hate the Planned Parenthoods and things if people won't using it as birth control. That's the problem a lot of people have. They're not supposed to be an option up there. They're supposed to be a last resort, not first resort. I don't know. I just think relationships today, that's what's killing them, because everybody's looking, everybody's thinking. And then two, single people, speak up more. All you hear online is a whole bunch of people in relationships that are miserable. But I need single people, speak up about them lonely nights when you at the house. Fellas, I'm gonna speak for us, because I remember them lonely nights. I remember like going to the club and you came up empty as hell, so you back at the house with yourself, you and your homeboy. y'all there having some liquor, and y'all couldn't get no girls that night at the club. See, you and this nigga up that night watching Uncut. I remember them days, but I'm just saying when you. I don't know why I said that. Don't pay me no mind. Hit the like button. Don't pay me no mind. I remember, I forgot my whole chain of thoughts in the middle around with that. But I remember them days being out there in the streets. Them single days is not fun. They got words for that shit now. They got people that touch deprived and things like that. And I'm just saying, what it is that, see, TV does this. Look, this is what it is. All it is that nobody's doing anything anymore. We all online. Let me get serious. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna move on. We're all online. We're all watching the same content. They throwing the same TV shows, the same line of what's gonna be the next hot spot. You know how I know everybody going to Dubai. Everybody going to Bali. Everybody, remember one time everybody was going to other places. It's just what it is. And it's the same places over and over and over again because these are advertisements we're all falling for. That's it. There's nothing more. These are not places that you internally are, I always just wanted to go to Venezuela. No, you didn't. Now, you may end up in Venezuela and say, this place is beautiful. I love it here. But that was an organic feeling. What we're falling victim to, they just telling us what to do all the time. And I'm just saying, in relationships, this is what's happening. You're doing the same thing. What you should do is, you should take time out enough of your relationship. If you're currently in one, take time out in that relationship and say to each other, hey, you, ma'am, sir, we are spending way too much time together. We need to carve out some me time in this relationship. Not to oppose you, but to learn more about myself. That way, when we come back together, that's like if we go away from Monday to Tuesday, but on Wednesday and Thursday we come together. What work did we work on Monday and Tuesday? We let the work show when we get there. I think where we're at now, the reason why we can't come together as a culture is for this. We have a campaign that's being run every day on TV who says black folks can't be together. Can't be in TVs, can't be in movies, can't be in commercials. You cannot be together, and if you are together, y'all better be the same sex. You cannot have a heterosexual relationship. We don't want you to see it. First and foremost, we need to turn that mindset off and get back to saying it's okay to say, no, I just want to be healthy with each other. And then 2, this is the big one that most people can't seem to get over. Hit the like button. I promise you're going to like it after this one. Both our asses got to basically say, enough. I'm wrong here. You wrong here. It don't even matter. Let's just move on. Sometimes you're going to have to just let go of what you're angry about to be able to move on. Because what's happening is, the men are waiting for the women to crack, and the women waiting for the men to crack, and we both are here waiting, and time is slipping away. It's just it. That's all it is. It's you have to find a person who that they bring value to your life in some form of fashion. If they show you a horrible human being, believe them. But if they have a balance of themselves, if they have a good core to themselves, but they seem to have certain habits that are not good or could use fine tuning, maybe the purpose that they put, or let's go God, it's Sunday. Maybe that's the reason why God put that person in your life. You're supposed to give them that part of them. I just think in relationships now, what's happening is this. We're getting into them for all the wrong reasons. Again, we want to take pretty pictures. Same thing with having kids. Y'all don't realize, look, babies take over your whole goddamn life. This just is what it is. When you have kids, it ain't your life no more. Okay? If you are halfway decent parent, you don't own none of it. They own your afternoons for school. Mornings for school, afternoon programs, on the weekends for sports. And in my kids' house, we have mathematician classes, all kinds of things. We had them in every kind of thing. It was in all kinds of classes. Why did I do that? This is because I care about what the hell's going to happen to them. And if they have my existence, I didn't do nothing on the summer, doing all my off times, I ain't going nowhere. Same thing for your relationship. Has to be a reason, has to be a purpose for it. And when you do it, you have to put energy into that thing. I know I'm all over the place. Let me center myself. What do I mean when I say you got to have energy for that thing? The same amount of energy, I'll say it to women right now, the same amount of energy you can take to track his phone, to get in his social medias and all that other good jazz is the same amount of energy you should take to say, what does he need? Fellas, the same amount of energy you take to like all the women's photos on every social media that you own. Hoping that the lady, this gonna be so rude, the lady gonna be mad. Hoping that the lady that says, oh, did you like my photo? They don't have it. They don't come back. You just another like, sir. But what I need to do is stop taking so much goddamn time doing that while she's taking so much time looking at your stuff and what you're doing. That's the time you should be spending together. Look, I'm getting so much older. I'm going to tell this to my 30-year-old people. Them 20-year-olds, I don't even talk to y'all because y'all so far gone, I don't even know what the world to do. Y'all just turning up and catching bodies. It's crazy to me. But I'll say for the ones that's over 30, I get it. They missing certain aspects of it. Right? Give it time. I'm gonna be superficial with it because I know a lot of times we do superficial conversation. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Superficial we do this. We give it a person because she got a big booty. We do it all the time, fellas. Fellas, for us, we will take a nice body over a pretty face all day if that body built right. But now that's the smash a lot of times, ladies. Just know that too. Now, the way you keep your face is always way more important still. That's what he gonna call home. He got to look at you. But I can tell we are superficial. So if you get with a woman who ain't built that best, she ain't built that well, but she got all the other intangibles, brother, if you work out, just get her in the gym. Two things are gonna happen because of that. One, she's gonna have a reference point that you poured into her. You fixed her life in a way that she had never been before. That's a woman who gonna ride with you. But fellas, you ain't the only one. Ladies do it too. Ladies want a ready-made product all the time. They want somebody. I promise you, ladies. And let me say this to black women. I say this to y'all. I promise you that. I know that you want that dude who, and I ain't saying the rapper, but they show the rap all the time. You want the dude who just got that paper he already built, man, knows how to handle himself in rooms with grown folks, things like that. No, sir, ma'am, you have to learn that. When I was in my 20s, I was very insecure. So when I hit my 30s, I got a little more secure. When I hit my 40s, I did even more. You just start growing into yourself. But what I'm going to tell you is this. The way the world is designed, it is designed for you and for me to fail, individually and together. So the only way we're going to survive is you can't wait for the ready-made man. You have to help build him. And then the man, once he gets built, has to be there and understand that he isn't built alone. He only built because you helped build him. And vice versa. This is not just about him. These two things have to happen. Our culture cannot survive waiting for the ready-made black man. Black men are under ladies. I hope y'all, I don't think y'all understand. Look, let me say this. Men don't walk around talking about their feelings. But black men right now, especially black American men, we are under attack. Black American men have pride, they have ego, but they are insecure on the inside because we are under fucking attack. Think of all the men in your lives and what they have to go through to make employment. Think of all of what they have to go through when they get behind the wheel. Think of all the disrespectful times you see people they disrespect them all the time. And then ask yourself this question, other than his mama a lot of the time, who actually there to ride with him when he mess up? Because remember, we're all imperfect people. He don't get the respect. Look, ladies, y'all have pretty girl rock, black girl rock. We have set asides for black girl businesses, this and third. What the hell does he get? There's no social services for him. Even though black males make up majority of the homeless in this country, women have more places to go than him. There's damn near non-existent places for him. So what I don't think people understand is that your men, these are your men. These are your fathers, your uncles, your brothers, your cousins. These are your men. These men are under attack and they can't say nothing because they weak when they do. Every black man, and ain't even all the ones that I know, every black man and their mama would stand on with their full chest if there was a pathway to success for them. I want to ask you this question, black person. In your community, where is the pathway to success? Where is it? When they go through the high school in your local community, when they come out and they go off to school, in that community, in that town, where are they going to be successful? Because I know every town that I go into, every time there's a prominent position, whether it's in business, politics, or whatever it is, there's always somebody part of them folks. So what I'm saying is that I'm not saying it's not possible. It is possible for us to get it. It is possible for us to be special. But it's things that we're going to have to do to get it. And I'm saying, let's stop arguing and let's get to the fixing of that. That's all that I'm saying. I just want us to understand that with black men, and I speak to so she is under pressure that no other woman has to go through. Let me speak to women real quick, because I don't want to make it sound like brothers are the only ones under attack. We are both under attack. I'll just say it to the woman's ego. Look at her like this. You know why it ain't some of women still dressing up, looking like white women, things, acting like them, things like this, getting with white guys, trying to be like that? It's because they see success. They see a softer existence. I get that. But what I need, don't let me blow past it. I understand the pressure of now having to take on the household when you looking at your white counterparts and these bitches are talking about all the stuff they doing on the weekends, and you got to go off and do this, and the third, even if you got a man, because he can't seem to keep steady work. I understand how that makes you be resentful inside, but you can't say it because you know what the system is doing to him. I get what that feels like. I just don't know if you understand that's by design. They knew when they started doing studies about this, oh, this is how she's going to feel about it. Now, I'm not saying some men don't exacerbate it with the PlayStation playing. Is that still a thing? I don't even know if that's still a thing. I'm not saying that that black men are not perpetuating with some of them. I'm not saying any of this. But I'm saying is that when are we gonna stop arguing about all the things that we do wrong? Because we all know we ain't the reason why we doing wrong. I think that's the problem that gets me. Everybody sits back and act like they like we don't like. I say this all the time. We compartmentalize all that thing. We will sit back and listen to Mark Lamont. He'll spit and regurgitates facts, and Tamika Mara will speak facts over here about with the numbers. This and we'll talk about all these numbers. But then when it's time and you staring at a brother who done something wrong, he don't fit the same statistic you was just talking about. We look at him and we like, man, get rid of that nigga. That nigga was fucked up. We don't really need him around. We counseling people left and right. Oh, get that sister. She's trash. Dude, my thing is like this. Like, I'm gonna tell women this. When we got that these arguments we having online, these relationship arguments are redundant and stupid. Yo, of course no man wants his woman to have 100,000 people on her body count. No, of course he doesn't want that. What happened to just the good old days of lying, ladies, and just that too? I'm joking, don't lie. I'm just joking. I'm just saying, actually do too and move on. I'm telling you. Let me check. I would check the comments. I can't even see the thing. I can't see the comments, y'all. I know y'all probably light my ass up. Hold on, I need some water. Hold on, where my water go? I got it, yeah. I need some water. I just get so sick and tired. You be watching these, you be listening to these guys there. Like, I know y'all hate the red pill dudes. The red pill dudes being there, yo, she needs to be this, that, and the thing. You be like, dude, you got a receding hairline. And to be honest with, none of this stuff matters. None of this stuff matters. Look, you know how I know that stuff matters? You ever been in a relationship? Let me keep going. Hit the like button before we keep going. Seriously, hit the follow button if you ain't done it. So far, we talk this talk all the time. I'm gonna tell you how I know it ain't about none of that stuff. You ever had your heart just really broken? You just your heart broke. You miss that person. Oh God, I miss him. I miss her. I miss him. I miss him. You just been there, right? All the stupid shit is the things you think about. You ain't think about none of her ass or how pretty it won't or how much the girl you smashed was, if you the fellas or the ladies you ain't thinking nothing about how, you know what, I remember Dante from down in Jamaica was just filling up them girls on them girls. I know y'all be thinking them thoughts like this is the life. It ain't. You know, when you get your heart broken, you miss how she grinded turkey meat for you. Now you at the stove grinding your own turkey meat and you sad. You crying. You over there crying because you gotta make your own turkey meat. She's sad every time she got to go get the 45s off the squat rack by herself because she ain't got you to do it no more because she thought it was cute when you came over and did it, flex your muscle. Now she hurting. So, and then that's when you calling each other. Hey, big head. Why you have to go through all that? And then two, all it is this. This is what it is. I'm gonna say this, guy. This is all it is. It's not your fault, but it is your fault. It's your fault because you believe advertisements. All advertisements are meant to be bad. They're not for you. They're for the person selling. And the reason why I say you're only falling victim to advertisement is because of this. Advertisement job is to make sure you get tired of the old thing so we can move on to the new sale. So you don't think they're doing that in your relationships too? That is what they're doing to you. They're making you feel like you need more options. And I say this all the time. That damn social media make you believe you got 8 billion options and you don't. Do you know how many people in that line? They lying in them social media. They crazy in the social media. Some of them, and like I say, they just believe me. If you got 100 people in your swipe right, swipe left, I can't think of it this right. If you got 100 people in there, ladies, if you got 100 men in there, I'm telling you, 50 of them, especially in Atlanta, some broke. That's already out the game, right? You got another 25 that his credit's so shot because his mama used his name for every utility bill before the age of 9 in his house. He can't get his credit together. That's the next one. So you got to deal with him. And you get whittled down to that 1-2%, that brother who is 6 feet, who has got 6 feet between his legs. So I say 6 feet, goddamn. But then you get down to this brother, then you realize this stuff. He does all this stuff. He did all this. But I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I even made it plain for you why he ain't the best option for you, though. It ain't because he got a bunch of options. Yeah, of course, he's going to act like a dick more than anybody else because he do got a lot of options. But that's the only reason why, look, fella, the only reason why your women, let me say this too. Let me say this. I don't want to get sidetracked because this is important. The only reason why your woman seems now to think that you ain't the best option no more is it's just your income. She's making it. So now she's thinking like that. I don't have to rely on him. Why am I dealing with him? He's frustrated me. I could be getting beat down by somebody in Jamaica, doing this, having a good time, drinking my fresh water and my lemons with my lemon water. I could be doing this. Why is he here? He just bringing me along all this stress with this. That's what she's thinking. But see, the problem is you're looking at your man the wrong way. That ain't what, he's not a tool there to suffice your needs. Right? Ladies, for fellas, your lady is not a walking vagina where she's supposed to just sit here all day long and be ready to go to work whenever you go to town with you when you're ready. She's not. She's supposed to do none of these things. Well, the problem is that we're watching TV and this is what they want us to believe. I'm gonna tell you how I know this to be so. You cannot, black folks still like to watch black content. That's why we have it's called black content. Every time you turn on some black content, it is always some, especially if you're on Tubi, it is always somebody getting beat down all the time. And it's the most sensual, if it ain't, it's the most raunchiest, but they are trying to aesthetically make this stuff pleasing to ladies. And what it is that you get in here, but then the ladies that are actually out here in the streets are saying, this ain't my experience though. This is TV. All this is make-believe. None of this is real. I just want people to know that none of this stuff is real. Before the internet, before what's the guy named? Edward Bernays? Before the godfather of propaganda, before him, all this was one thing. This was a world where people figured out what they liked and didn't like. That's why you seen some odd looking people together back in the day, because people were just giving people that they actually just like. I tell people all the time in my life, I've met a bunch of women. Some of them, probably not the most aesthetically pleasing ones, have been some of the most pleasant ones. And you be thinking to yourself, oh man, different situation if I was, available or something like that. Who knows? But it's just, it's not always gonna come in a pretty package. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the way the world set it up, they make the pretty of the package, they screw them up worse. There is a such thing as pretty privilege. And pretty privilege can be dangerous when a person who's always been pretty. See, ain't nothing better than a person who has worked on themselves to become attractive. And I don't mean just physically, I'm talking emotionally, mentally, the whole nine. Ladies, I know ain't nothing like a man he's just put together when he speak to you, like, God, he talking something to me. I know ain't nothing better than that to y'all. I know y'all love it. Fellas, ain't nothing more than a woman who can speak with command when need to be, but the rest of the time she is softer than charming. And she makes you feel them. Ain't nothing better than this. That is not something that most people get by nature. That's work. The problem is, I don't think most people like each other anymore. I don't think men like women. I don't think women like men. They have told, because those people that don't like each other, they're just listening to what TV told them to listen to. They just told them what a man's supposed to look like, what a woman's supposed to look like, instead of just waiting on what organically made you feel good. I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to get out of here, because I've been talking for over an hour. The reason why your puppy love relationship, that even when you 50, 60 years old, you still remember little John from middle school, and you remember Joyce. The reason why you remember them is because they touched you in a way. Pause. I don't want to say that about kids, but they did. But they touched you in an emotional way. That first love is some person that you connected with, that you like. They like you. It's the way she looked at you. It's the way the fellas you held her hand. It's the way that she remembers those things. You remember those things. And see what's happening now, you're just getting with people that just got big booties, fellas. There ain't no substance there. And now you can build a booty. At least back in the day, they was few and far in between who was built like that, so you didn't have a lot of men who ended up with. Now you walk around and man, goddamn, how he ended up with Joanne? Goddamn, Joanne wasn't fat. But it was a lot. It wasn't that many Joannes back then. But Joanne's are everywhere now. So I'm going to tell you right now. And then too, if Joanne ain't got it right now, hell, spend a few dollars, she can get it. I'm just saying, take that criteria and stop making it the number one off the table. I'll say that for fellas. Take the most aesthetically pleasing her body off the table first of all. We can fix that. So I think if you take that off the table, first and foremost, other women become more options. All right. For women, I would say first and foremost, I get it. Economics is the game of everything. Without money, you don't go nowhere, you don't get nothing, ain't nothing gonna happen. I know that you want to live a better existence. My thing is like this tonight, instead of looking at him like a failure, go in that other room, sit down with him and say, you have failed. But we don't mean we have to continue to do that. And I say this, and the reason why I say this is because I know this. I know of people who have been together for years that they took them all the way until they got in their 40s before they figured it out. But they figured it out together. And so now they walk this earth together and they both are proud of what they've built together. He didn't have it like that. He understood it. She understood that it wasn't, she had to be a part of whatever he was doing for him to be successful. He had to take his pride away and look at her and say, yes, I need your help. He needs to be able to do that. You need to be able to do that. And I'm telling you, if you do that, all this other jazz that we fighting for will just go away. We don't need to be doing that. No need for that. And then that way we don't need all these videos online of men and women talking about fellas. Walk away. She's bruising your egos. You're just going to have to leave her for good. Hey, dude, look. Stop playing games. This is what I'm going to tell you. This is how, matter of fact, this is what it is. I'm going to get out of here. We're going to give a name. We need to come up with a name. We're going to come up with a name on the next live. We're going to talk about it. We're going to come up with a name for what these types of people are. The types of people who really do want a relationship. And what I mean is that when the man comes in, he say, hey, this is my flaws. This is what I do bring. This is what I am. And I don't mean talking. Because I'm so sick and tired of people talking to each other. Go experience each other. That's how the fuck you figure out what is for you. You have to experience them. Let me say this before I get into it. Because that just dawned on me. Stop on these TV shows, these Love Islands and Love is Blind and stuff. They're talking at each other. They're not experiencing each other. Oh, let me get my checklist out. Okay, so what do you work? Okay, great. You work here, you do this. Okay, great. Are you soft? Are you feminine? Do you cook or do you do? Come on, my dude. I'm going to tell you this. There's things that I would do for my lady that I won't do for another lady. There's things that one person that you're with, you may do it for them, but there's another person you wouldn't do it for. I think that's what people mess up at. They keep trying to make, one size fit all. I promise you, the goalposts move depending on the person you talk to. I've talked to women, and I don't want to get vocal, but I've talked to women who says, I never did fellatio on my husband at all. And then she'll talk and she'll say to herself, man, all I want to do is just, I want to taste him and try him. But for him, I didn't respect him. And I'll be thinking about, oh my God, you was a man and you feel all of that and you can't even bring yourself. Why are you there? So I want to start this little organization, this little group of people who say, I really want to be in one. And meaning, so you can give your flaws without people judging. People who are just, I'm talking about you touch deprived. I'm just want somebody to love on, that's good for me, that I find attractive. We can work on the rest of that shit. Figure them people out. Those people need to come together. And then you people who want to turn up. Okay, hold on. Lord Jesus, hold on one second, guys. They always like to do this to me. Hold on one second. I'm going to get out of here. Hold on. They keep saying my audio dropped. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Uh-oh. Shoot. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. So we're back. But no, I'm going to go and close this thing out anyway. They gonna start hitting me anyway. Let me check this comment section real quick and let me see if there's anything I need to discuss, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, but hold on, let me see. Hey, my sister there, Ray. Darling, let me say something to you. I'm gonna see Ray in the comments says, well, all is going on in the world, we talking about this. Let me say this to you. Darling, in this world, all this is going on. So if you go over to YouTube, especially even on right here on TikTok, I can promise you this. I talk about that shit all day, every day. My last live, I'm talking about what Roland talking about when it comes to voting and reparations. I am always on it. What I'm saying to you is, you don't find that black men and black women being at odds as being something that needs to be discussed? Not, we need to keep fighting, or the women need to do this, or the men. I don't want that. I am a black family advocate. I want to see black people do well. I want to see your children do well. I want my children to do well. I want your husband, your wife to do well. I want for his man and wife, when men get together with their men, I want them to be able to just talk about normal husband shit, not about how he had to drive around town because there's nowhere to work because his wife knew he needs to get up and do something. I don't want that for him. I don't want you to feel less of a woman in this world and he's making you. I don't want any of this for this stuff. But yes, this is still a very important conversation. And even if it wasn't, we need spaces where we don't have to be on guard all the time. That is our problem. Black folks don't get no peace. We have to be worrying about Gaza. We got to be worried. Everything comes back and still affects us. I don't want to have to talk about what those people are doing all the time. I don't want to talk about religious wars that don't affect me at all, or it shouldn't affect me at all. I don't want to have all those discussions all the time. I care about black women and why they have to suffer. I care why black men like myself are sitting back having to suffer every week. I do care about that. Yes, I do want to talk about that. Yes, I do want to support other people like that. So I don't understand why this is not important. I'm not dogging either one of us. I am telling us we are both flawed. But the same way your son Ray Ray, your daughter Dakeisha, both of them are flawed, you gonna love him regardless. You gonna sneak his little nasty ass some money every time he needs something because you love him. Treat your man the same way. Fellas, do the same thing for your woman. I see this unconditional love that men have for their mamas, that mothers have for their kids, and vice versa, all this stuff. But when it comes to each other, it's always a limit. And the limit seemed to be 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years. I got to move on. This is it. We don't move on from nobody else but each other. But then literally you look at every other culture of people, they're not divorcing like that. Because you have to figure it out. You can't just keep trying to smorgasbord of people. That is why women's numbers are going through the roof on how many bodies you got. You can't just get up another one, up another one, up, let me try another one. Them shits have look, if you have pizza every once in a while, your body should be fine. But if you eat the shit every day, it's going to tear you down. Same thing goes for your vagina. One is fine every once in a while that's new. You may not want to put a bunch of them in there because you don't know where they all been. This stuff is crazy to me. Let me look at this and I'm done. I'm out of here. Hit the like button if you can, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, man. We're gonna be done. We're almost out of here. But that bothered me. That really bothered me. Because that was unnecessary. Because my thing is like this. That's one thing you're never gonna do. I built a whole platform. 300 radios with the platform this is on right here. I built this whole entire platform solely to love on us. And I wanted to do it in a grassroots manner to where it was just us looking out for us. That's what I wanted to do. And to have people sit there and question your intent when you say, like you said, all you're doing is trying to pour into each other. Pour into each other. Stop talking negative about each other all the time. It just doesn't make any sense. And then and I don't know this woman at all. Like I said, sister, I don't want to make it personal with you, but mine is like this. Come on, man, stop fighting. I heard somebody say that one time that there's people in this world that will find a problem for every solution. So this is what it is. So. But anyway, y'all, I did today's show. So like I said, it was a special impromptu show. I couldn't do it tomorrow because my internet's going to be down. And then too, like I said, I just want to jump on here because it's probably going to be Tuesday, maybe Wednesday before you see this face again. If you're not following the platform, 300 Radio and the #1 on YouTube, which you're watching on TikTok right now, of course, it's the Scott Free Morning Show. 300 Radio is a platform that houses all of my content, meaning music. We have original Black American music. That is our focal point. That is bangers. Did you go over there and listen to some? We're just getting into that heavy. Podcasts like this. We got some other ones that we're doing. We got some other things in development. The whole thing is about empowerment for us. This Scott Free Morning Show is a show I do daily. This show is basically a space to come to, like the Rick and Smiley or Steve Harvey Morning Show, but without all the BS and being bought by the Democrats. And you get to see this lovely face of mine. And at the end of the day, like I said, you're not going to agree with everything that I say. I don't care that you do. I don't need to agree with you. I told people all the time, I don't care about your actions. I care more about your intent. Your actions show me where your care comes from. Your actions and your intent match. When your actions match your intent like that, then I know you good people. That's what I'm trying to say. So my whole thing is like this. We're not trying to get it right, but stop following people who ain't got no good actions, ain't got no good intent. That's all that I'm saying. YouTube, let me make sure the last thing over here was like something. I got some comments. I can't see nothing of YouTube. I'd just be disrespecting y'all. But I appreciate the love. I cannot see it at all. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, other than that, like I said, I'll jump back on again another time. Watch WrestleMania. I'm ready to go watch with my daughter. So, and I just wanted to get on with you guys. And I appreciate the love. And like I said, hit the follow button if you hadn't. Support the channel. Cash App $300 radio on Cash App. I appreciate you guys. And I am out. Okay? I'll see you on the next one. Peace.